Hey guys, so today we are going to do our NFL Week 2 predictions. Obviously starting with today's game, the Buccaneers against the Panthers. Yes, I have it up on my thing right here. I believe the tough one actually. I believe the Panthers will win. By the way, when I do these, I'm not going to give scores because we learned Week 1 how weird scores can be this season for some reason. But I'm going to pick the Panthers over the Buccaneers simply because I believe the Panthers have a lot more on both sides of the ball and because Christian McCaffrey is a beast. Cardinals traveling to Baltimore. I got to go Baltimore here. The Ravens throttled the Dolphins into submission last week, and now I can see them doing something similar to the Cardinals. They aren't much better of a team than the Dolphins are all around. Though the defense does have to try to shut down Larry Fitzgerald, but it's only one receiver, so who knows? It'll probably work out fine for him. Chargers traveling to Detroit. I think the Chargers will win, and probably what will likely be a close game. The Chargers have a few injuries. They have Derwin James out defensively. I know that for a fact. I think they have some linebackers out, or questionable at least for the game. If they do play, they're probably not going to be 100%, and we lost Hunter Henry for a couple weeks as well. But I think the Chargers just have a little bit too much defensively still for Detroit to stand or to overcome them. Though, once again, I'm not going to predict scores, but I think it's going to be a pretty close game. Colts traveling to Tennessee. I think the Colts will surprisingly win this game. They put up a fight against the Chargers. As I stated in my last video's comments, I understand that the touchdown should have been called as completed, and probably that would have led to the Colts winning. But, it happens to every team. Who knows? We might fall victim to it this week, right? So I'm just letting you guys know. When I go over Charger games, I'm not going to go over the controversial calls because, I know they're there. You know they're there. When I go to, through the weekly review, I might touch up on the controversial calls for whatever team it has to do with. But besides that, I'm going to try not to talk about it in the actual review video. Unless it actually, much like this one, it did alter the game. But honestly, I wasn't thinking too much about it because I know that can happen to any team. And it wasn't like a blown call, of epic proportions or anything. But I promise you any controversial calls will be dealt with in the weekly recap or the weekly preview of each week. Okay, so the 49ers traveling to the Bungles. I call them Bungles because of a urinating tree. He makes the thing where every week he just makes fun of whoever loses. Just so you guys know why I said Bungles instead of Bengals. But yeah, I think the Niners have a little bit of an advantage here, and I think they do come up with a win against the Bengals. However, do I want to see the Bengals win? Yes, I actually do want to see the Bengals win. They put up a fight against Seattle. I think the Niners aren't much better of a team or even close to the same team as the Seahawks are. Actually, no, I changed my mind. Bengals win at home. Upset, I'd say, on the 49ers. Jaguars travel to Houston. This one's a tough one. I'm going to say the Texans bounce back this week after the close loss to the Saints by 2. I want to say the Jaguars, but even though their rookie quarterback did pretty good against the Chiefs defense, the Chiefs defense still is not a great defense. So Texans are a pretty damn good one. So I just see the Texans winning. Here's a tough one. Vikings and Packers. Now, Vikings did a lot better this week than probably a lot of people expected. Everyone thought that would be a lot closer than it was. The Packers' defense is muchly improved, and I think they might be slightly better than the Vikings' defense, which then leads us to quarterbacks. I think that the Packers win probably because of Aaron Rodgers doing a last-minute comeback or something along those lines. I don't think either one of these teams are going to dominate the other unless Kirk Cousins throws a bunch of picks or something. But I say the Packers win, probably in another close game. Cowboys travel to Washington. This is a tough one because Washington kind of put up a decent amount of points against the Eagles. I'm gonna say Cowboys. Don't know why. I just think it's probably the better bet at this point. So I say Cowboys win on the road, start the season 2-0. Seahawks travel to Pittsburgh. I'm going to say this one's going to have a lot of high statistics. I don't like predicting these type of games. This one's kind of difficult because the Seahawks came back, ended up, I think, did they tie or beat the Bengals? Yeah, they beat the Bengals by 1. The Steelers are a much better all-around team, but the Steelers were, anal fucked against the Patriots. So I don't know if they're going to be out for revenge against the Seahawks or what. I'm going to say Steelers win. Probably in a highly contested game. Bills travel to Giants. I'm just going to say the Bills win because the Giants don't have shit offensively. Though if they start Daniel Jones, maybe that might give them a little bit more of a chance. Patriots win in what will essentially be the Miami Massacre. Chiefs travel to Oakland. Chiefs win just because they have more talent. Saints and Rams, I say another close game, but I say the Rams do win. Just because even though they struggled last week against the Panthers, they were still very much ahead of the Panthers every step of the way. Chicago traveling to Denver. I'd say Chicago wins. Their defense is just too good. Joe Flacco's going to make a lot of mistakes, and maybe we see Drew Lock in action. Who knows? Eagles travel to Falcons. Eagles started out slow last week, bounced back. Falcons have never really found their footing. So I'm going to say the Eagles win, I think, away. And then Browns at Jets, that's a toss-up. I'm honestly going to say the Browns win. I think last week was a bit of a punch in the throat to them, basically. I think they bought into their own hype a little bit too much, and that's what bit them in the ass. But those are my predictions this week. Tell me what you guys think of them, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.